Time for another free heroic, is it? Well, if you watch your ads, then you can get your hands on a free high treasure dragon today. Well, I say today, but over the course of these new Dragon TV New Year event ads. So, like it says here, tune into Dragon TV each day to collect the tasty turkeys and earn yourself the iconic High Treasure Dragon. I'm not sure why High Treasure is iconic, but I guess they're iconic now, they're a mood. But we can get him and Phoenix perk, which is tasty. So, these little tasty turkeys, like they just explained, you collect them, you can get Joker orbs, which is nice, you can get heroic Jokers, you can get some orbs for treasure, and then if you get 18 of these turkeys, you get the dragon, some more orbs, and Phoenix perks, which is very tasty. So, the only thing that you're going to have to do for this is just watch your ads, but do bear in mind that by watching ads, some people get them in like 10 ad sets, and considering the fact that you'll need to like watch 90 of them, you will have to be logging in pretty much like on the dot to be able to actually finish off these ads, so I hope that you don't have much to do over the next few days. Of course, it's not actually going to take that much time, but you will have to log in, watch your ads, and watch 90 of them per day to be able to get the turkeys that you need. So it's going to be a very, very arduous ad watching. I'm sure you can do it. You've got basically half a day of leeway because, you know, we've got 24 hours, an hour per set of ads. So you've got like 10 hours realistically probably that it's going to take for you to do this. So half a day. I hope you've got half a day each day to be able to watch these, but it is literally just that simple. And plus we do have grid currency, we've got coins, but maybe the roulette wheel will give you a nice tasty drop as well. But that is it. Just watch your ads, get your turkeys, get your free stuff. It is that simple. The other thing that we have today on top of course, Blood God Hollow again, is new Rush Arena. So I hope that you are prepared to do more of your rush fights. If you're not and you don't have the dragons available for this season, well, GG go next, I suppose. But of course, we are just hoping that we can get as many wins as possible, get good scores for the rush leaderboard, and get ourselves some free, you know, just goodies out of the rush chests. And my team's decent for this arena. I wouldn't say it's perfect because, again, we don't really have much utility like I mentioned yesterday. But, you know, anything is better than nothing, so I will take it. So, as long as we got a couple of level 60s, we'll normally be okay. It's just if we run into quite a lot of level 60 dragons that are super effective against us, you can imagine that we can run into a few issues. So, teams like this are going to be absolutely fine because we're super effective against them. We've got our Reaper perks to make up for it as well. But in other situations, we may get screwed over a little bit. So, quite a bit of resetting is going to happen, and if you ever do come across a battle that you can't do, and for the most part you can do them, then do not worry about setting some dragons in just to reset the battle, because like if you just run into a bunch of level 70s, for instance, just put in 3 low-level dragons, reset, and go again. GG, go next. The only teams that scare me are teams like this, because like High Cinco is level 70, she's super effective against us. She does have Reaper perk as well, which is very scary. Sometimes we can take on these dragons, but I'm just gonna take this fight on as an example for you of why this is so scary at times. We've got Mata Hari. I hope that that's not some kind of porn star. It probably is. That's the first thing I assume wherever I see some sort of female name in this game. I hope they don't get to attack twice. They shouldn't be able to. But now we just need to weaken them to the point where we can one-shot them for the rest of their HP. And is that enough? I actually don't know if that's enough. I'm gonna give up our Smoiler just to make sure that we don't get percentaged. And what I mean by that is just that you know how sometimes when you attack there is a difference in the amount of damage that you deal, so just to avoid us getting a low roll and ending up not actually taking her out, that's why I did that. I think we probably would have been okay, but there's no point in risking it, to be honest with you. Like, why risk it when you don't have to risk it? It is super simple. So I'm not gonna risk it. We're just gonna destroy this Maki dragon over here. Of course, their name isn't actually Maki Dragon. I remember getting this dragon from her event. You know, it wasn't too long after I first came back to the game again. But we can be up level 70s. We might end up losing our low-level dragon here, but for the most part, it doesn't really matter. I am still trying to grind out our pass battle stuff. So, you know, by using a specific element to finish the battles, or at least a member of your team having it, so that we can get our bonus pass points, get those bonus gems. Because there's just one day left of that heroic marathon, and we are coming very close to the end, and I will show you my progress at the moment. We are still ahead. That can change very quickly if your opponent decides to suddenly spend a lot of gems. Oh, that fight looks scary. I'm not going to do that one. Oh, that one's also scary. I'm not going to do that one. That one should be doable. So, again, a couple of resets is normally enough at this stage of Masters. That can change very quickly. But I'm gonna take it for now. So let's throw in our boy so he can last hit this bud, and then we'll probably get Cinco next, which we do. How many points of Phoenix does she have? 3. That's fine. If they have 3% on their Phoenix, then that means our Reaper perk can take her out, so then we can double hit on her. Maybe we didn't need to slog our high treasure out, but I'm not taking any chances. So the most important thing is keeping your main damage dealers alive, and generally I'd rather keep Cinco alive rather than Seismic in this arena, because if we lose Cinco, we lose our super effective attacks against a lot of the enemies. Seismic's still good, but Seismic is more of just a, you know, absorbing things to the face sort of enemy, so that's what we want to do for him. Oh god, another level 70 Cinco. Why? It's so terrifying. I hate it. I'm gonna just throw in a random... Well, I'm gonna throw in Gaylord. What did I call him that? I don't remember that anymore. Anyway. Oh god, I just noticed that she's got plus 27% HP. Scary. Very scary indeed. But if we can do 3 hits... she doesn't have Reaper, so we could still take her out, but maybe we should just... you know, go for the hit with Seismic. Ooh, that's risky, because if we take this hit, then we are going to lose Cinco straight away. Should we try it this way around? Let's just see. That's not going to be enough, though, is it? Oh, God. To be honest, I'd rather keep our Cinco up rather than our Whatsamajiggy. So, oh, he survived, barely. Okay, that should be fine then. I'm gonna pollination. This is what I mean about low rolls, high rolls. Sometimes you'll be absolutely fine. Other times you will just get absolutely screwed over by a low roll, and that's something that you always have to be aware of when you are dealing with, like, either higher level dragons or dragons that are around about the same level as you. And sometimes I am overly cautious because I just don't like taking the risk. I know sometimes I end up losing dragons because of that, but I'd rather lose a dragon and guarantee a KO rather than, you know, have to wait another 3 hours for our dragon to come back. But we Gucci, we cleared out that one as well, and we basically got the exact same team here again to deal with. Do you have plus 27? No, that's a plus 12% HP. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Cincos when you're going through this Masters arena, because, you know, we got all the orbs from her event. So you will see it a lot. And that is pretty much to be expected at this point. I'm gonna actually do 1 set of Giant's Claw, and then we're gonna swap over to... yeah, I'm gonna swap over to Seismic to finish it off. And then we should ideally get the Cinco coming in, and then we can deal with that Cinco again, right? I just realized just how super effective Cinco is against a Seismic Dragon. It's actually kind of nuts, isn't it? It's actually pretty ridiculously nuts. Oh god. It is still 3%, like I said before. Oh, this is going to be a scary one. Do we risk it? I think we can barely make this work. I think we should be able to. 171k, yeah, we take it out, and then we can deal with the smoiler that's coming in. So, yeah, we're good just today. But Mama over here doing God's gift, or doing God's work, I should say, not God's gift. Doing God's work. Thank you, Mama, as always, for doing this for us. But these level 70 Cinco's got nothing on our level 60 Cinco. She's just a baddie, is all I have to say. But anyway, That is Rush, and, you know, we're probably going to have another player that's going to be logging in every single reset and getting this. We do have to get to 50, but I'm still stuck with my XL food boxes and not the gem chest, which I think is very sad indeed. Do you not think that that's sad? I think that's incredibly sad. Luckily, we got an easy battle coming up here because we've got Cinco to deal with it, so once we get our resets, we can do that one nice and easily, even if we have lost Seismic. But we should be good to go. And this is why I actually love Ancient World arenas. I know that before they were open arenas, but maybe now that we've gotten more dragons, maybe they're just, you know, they're just making them closed arenas now, because it makes sense. Before, we just didn't have enough Ancient World dragons to make an arena not open. You'd be fighting between like 3 dragons. But as we get more and more Ancient World dragons, it would make sense that they start opening up the arenas. And I think that was the logical thing that they were going to do at some point. But I did see people very, very confused and annoyed yesterday when it's like, suddenly we've got non-open Ancient World Masters, and there was no pre-warning about it or anything. I get it. It's very annoying when you expect an open Masters, because some people, they pre-planned their arena teams based on Ancient World Element Masters being open Masters. I don't know if it's a mistake or not on, you know, Social Point side for making it non-open. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spend the 5. But, you know, I would have expected it to start happening eventually. Because, again, as we get more and more Happy Dragons, as we get more and more Chaos Dragons and that sort of thing, it only makes sense that we're suddenly going to, you know, get dragons that are only available in that Masters. I don't know. It seemed like it was going to happen eventually to me, but a pre-warning would have been very, very nice, which they just didn't do. So I get why people are upset. But anyway, like I said, this is where I am currently in Heroic Marathon. 23 hours left to go. I'm currently waiting on this task, which has like a, was it 3-hour, 4-hour cooldown? But our enemy is currently still on lap 33 doing those battles, and he's actually on his first battle, so I don't know what's wrong with him. But if he's just stopped logging in, that could be a very nice sign. But since we've still got 23 hours left, I'm still really hoping for a nice roll on this booster spin on the battles today, because every single booster spin so far has been a +1 or a +2. I can't remember on day 1, but every other one has been a +1 or a +2, and that is insane considering that every single one of these battles has been a +1 or +2, and some people are getting full node skips. So I've had to do the hard work, the hard graft for this Heroic Marathon. So I'm really hoping that Ember is coming first in his leaderboard and he's not going to be logging in too much anymore. It seems like he stopped gemming as much as he did early on, which is why I was able to catch up with him. Because before I wasn't really spending gems, and then it seemed like we'd be able to catch up, so I spent gems, we're now ahead. But that could change in a matter of hours. Say he's got 1,000 gems just saved up right now. He could just go and spend 1,000 gems and just immediately overtake us by 5 laps. And there you go. All of our arduous Heroic Marathon progress has been wasted. So I prefer to be hopeful. I'm not holding my breath 100% as of yet. If we wake up tomorrow and there's like 3 hours left to go and we're still first, then I'm going to start clenching my butt cheeks. But right now, I'm just going to be happy with first. We're going to keep logging in, doing our missions, and praying to RNGesus that Ember is first in his leaderboard so he stops. But we will be getting some more orbs when we reach 35, which is nice. Will we do 36? Maybe. I mean, a banquet box is nice, but I don't care about playing more of the event just purely for the banquet box. We'd be playing the event just to, you know, get further ahead. But regardless, that is the new stuff for today. I should also remember to do our quests because they are currently on, and we are on 20 out of 21. So we might as well finish this off. And yeah, so I've got Haz here because we might as well finish fully ranking him up. Even though Haz Skinless is like basically just a suicidal maniac, he still has his uses. And I probably won't use him on a main squad usually, unless we get a specific Masters Arena, but I'd rather still have him than not have him. But there is our extra currency, which means that now we can use the rest on Grid Event. And yeah, we're making steady progress in the Grid Event. We should be able to pick up the last 2 snug chests, unless I'm an idiot and then we end up missing one of them. But we should be able to get at least both of these and then open up any other mini chests on the way through, because like the lucky break chests, I actually don't mind them because you can get lots of grid coins, you can get jokers out of them, and you can get trading essence out of them. And you know how much people froth over heroic trading essence and that, like those chests can actually be pretty good. It's just I'd recommend getting the event items that you want or the dragons first, and then coming back and using any leftover currency on the lucky break chest, just in case you do get lucky today. There we go, we got another vial. Oh my days, I keep getting so many vials. I feel like I'm gonna have so many vials and nowhere near enough signposts at this rate. I mean, where are we at in terms of the event? We are at 9 and 3. That's a decent ratio, but yeah, we need the signpost for the mythical egg chest, and then obviously we need a lot more for the vampire egg chest. I guess if we get at least 5 vials first, I don't mind too much, because then at least we'll be open to potentially getting this chest. I'm doubtful on this one, but maybe. Mainly just the mythical egg chest that I cared about, just for the mythical and for the bonus stuff in there. But I guess for now, that is everything that I wanted to go through. But yeah, reminder of Rush, reminder of the marathon, and also just a reminder of all the new stuff going on for today. But make sure you get watching those ads. I'm going to start watching those now, so wish me luck so that I don't fall asleep. But regardless, best of luck with everything, and Ember, hashtag Ember don't log in.